these are Discovery Optics 7075 aluminum precision scope rings. And what makes these special? Well, let's take a closer look. Well, as the name implies, 7075 aluminum is the aluminum that these are made out of, and that is the same grade of aluminum that's used in AR receivers. So this is plenty strong. This is going to be as strong as your rifle. And it has a lot of design features. Just take a look at that. These do not look like budget scope rings. No way, no how. These look like way more expensive scope rings. It has some really interesting and really well thought out design features. For starters, take a look at these screws here. These are Torx screws, not just hex screws, and these are pretty beefy. It does come with a Torx or star Allen key here, and it does come with lightning cuts all over to reduce the weight but still keep it rigid. And note, they printed how many torque pounds or torque inch pounds that you should place on each of the screws, 20 inch pounds. And they also printed the order in which you should screw them down. For those of you who didn't know, you're supposed to cross tighten them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's really thoughtful. Also, another thoughtful touch, they printed the size and height of the scope rings. This is the 34 millimeter for 34 millimeter tubes, and this is 1.26 inches, and that's from the center to the base here. And it also tells you the inch pounds that you should apply to the base, and the base has 2 Torx screws, not just 1. Also comes with a set of extra Torx screws should you happen to lose them, and anybody who's accidentally dropped these onto a dark garage or workshop floor will appreciate having some spares around, so that's really handy. But I do like the fact that they print these on here, because I have ended up with like a dozen random rings in my spare parts box. So being able to pull these out of a spare parts box and immediately see which the size of the scope ring and the height, and without having to bust out my calipers, that is a welcome and helpful touch here. And one other thing that makes these precision scope rings, and you can take a look here at under the hood, so to speak, but underneath the upper ring, and between the upper ring and the lower ring, there is a guide rod. You can see that here. And that slots into this hole between the 2 screw holes, and that gives you a precise alignment and a connection between the upper and lower scope rings for high precision. So this is not going to introduce any bias. Also, just check out the thickness of the lip here. That is like, just the upper one is as thick as some scope rings. So that provides a lot more hold for the threading of these screws here to provide a really strong connection between the upper and lower halves, so that it provides a very good hold onto your scope. And check it out, these are pre-lapped on the inside here. Ooh, and this is butter smooth. That is nice. And also, so you don't have to worry about your scope sliding under recoil, but also it comes with a recoil lug at the base. So yeah, for Picatinny rails. So there's no way these are going to be sliding off your receiver. Your receiver or your base is probably going to come off before these things do. And they come with a variety of heights and sizes. These are the 1.26 inch high ones, which are good for about a 50 millimeter objective Bell scope. But they do make a higher one. This is the 1.45 inch one. So if you have like a 55 or 56 millimeter objective lens scope, you want to get the higher one. Or if you have a 44, a smaller one, or if you have a rail above or a riser above your receiver, and you don't need the extra height, you can get the lower one. This is under an inch. This is 0.97 inches. And they come, as I mentioned, they come in a variety of sizes for tubes. There's a 30 millimeter, there's a 1 inch, and there's even a 30, they even make a 35 millimeter for those of you who have a Leupold or a Mark V or a Collis or whatever that has a larger tube. They have you covered there. So you have quite a variety, and they all have the same high quality features. So hey, if you're interested in picking up a pair of these really nice, affordable high-quality scope rings. I'll include product links as well as more information in my full write-up at moondogindustries.com. Check out that article, use those links, and it helps support this channel. Of course, you could always help support this channel by simply hitting the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell buttons. Yeah, those are absolutely free to hit those buttons. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe to this channel, but it really does make a big difference in getting the algorithms to suggest this video or my videos to other folks with interests like yours. So thanks for doing that, and thanks for taking the time to check out this video. You be safe out there. Moondog, out. Hey, I'd like to know what you thought of this video. Leave me a comment or chat with me on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, MeWe, Instagram, or Locals. And if you want to see all of my videos, go to moondogindustries.com.